we just go for the late game. Woohoo!
Hey, in high pressure, I actually think that it's the best way to play League of Legends if you're feeling a little bit frazzled. Understanding that if you just stay in the game for as long as possible, it's likely you attack moving down the map is probably going to be better than your opponents.
Yep.
And it feels better, you know?
Feels better, for sure, 100%.
But look, there are certainly some curveballs here on Gen.G's side when it comes to scaling. They do have the Nocturne there, and if he dives on top of the Aphelios, he may just kill him. And there's no time Kench this time around to deny any sort of paranoia. Does make it very difficult for Doran to throw down his ultimate if it is really dark.
Yep.
And
생성까지 30초 남았습니다.
alrighty, guys, we are still here.
Yeah, feels good, man. It's.
What's your call time for tomorrow? You may as well just stay here and have a nap.
Yeah, I mean, just 12 hours later, then I need to be here again.
Oh god.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm on the second series, so I can sleep in.
Yeah,
so I'll be fine.
I mean, everyone is fine. Everything is going great. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, brother.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a clang of your Trevi and my water. Not that we are advertising anything or anything like that. Sparkling water, I should say. Slightly flavored sparkling water.
I mean, at this point, we should just enjoy.
Oh,
this
precisely.
moment, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And look, it's not like we're in a tiebreaker scenario when it's likely that the entirety of the LCK is going to be rid from the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so now at least we are going to have a semifinals where both regions are represented, which is,
Yep.
I think, what everyone wanted.
At least it's gonna be. It's not gonna be Demacia Cup Season 2.
Yeah. As the lights went on, I think I'm scared
same.
that means a pause. No. What?
It's not pause.
We turned the lights off again. And I think that maybe they were just trying to wake us up.
We're not sleeping.
No, we're not
obviously.
sleeping, guys. We're still talking.
But my brain is sleeping, actually.
Mine is a little bit too. But we're going to have to focus on this game just a little
Yeah.
bit. So far, there's not too much going on. See Doran getting shoved in just a little.
I mean, just think about the players. You know, they played and they just waited for like hour, and their focus must be like distracted a little bit. You know, so this is more like who is focusing more and have concentrate plays in the game.
Oh, 100%. And you can see Ruler, he's here on the bottom side by himself. Life actually getting into the enemy jungle on his hillbilly Gragas. Getting some deep vision onto the blue buff. That's spotted out, but it is just to make sure that Clit is absolutely fine in this jungle. And he is going to be so, as Ruler misses a pierce. Koshik should be able to secure his own blue. Krugs is going to be where good old Clit is going to be.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be just farming and only lane fights, by the way, because both junglers really wants to just be level 6 without any accidents.
Yeah.
Sejuani Nocturne, so I think it's going to be 1v1 on the top and mid and 2v2 on the bot side.
It looks like Chovy going for the Unsealed Spellbook this time around. I believe this is his sort of rune of choice. Seen a fair few Ares as well, but a lot of our more seasoned Zoe players do like to throw out the Unsealed Spellbook for the added flexibility.
Yeah, probably the main reason why they really want to have Spellbook is Nimbus Cloud. That's just so great for Zoe.
You do get pretty speedy.
Yeah, speedy and the damage as well.
Yeah.
With the W passive.
Synergies. Good
Synergies.
stuff. Doran gets the push in. As you can see, he is behind, actually, as this mini wave will be eaten by Rascal. We'll see whether Pioshik is going to come back up towards the top side and try and affect this lane, because the more an Ornn has a good time, the worse you feel as its opposition. More than most other matchups. I know that's sort of something that happens all the time. Take it away with it. I think I should stop attempting to talk and make sense.
Yeah. Nothing will happen, as I said, you know.
Well, I mean, I think you're exactly right. We need a little bit of help getting excited
those junglers,
at this point
man.
in time, you know?
What can you do with those junglers? Just farm until level 6.
Well, I mean, you can then, why don't you just go for the 1v1s and the 2v2s? Guys!
I mean, it's fine. It's potentially lost game, you know?
Yeah, true.
And imagine how...
Well, actually, if you lose, it's not your last game. It's only your last game if you win. So, theoretically, less...
yeah.
No, there's still a hell of a...
I mean, from my experience, it's always feeling so great when you actually finish your work and just in the car just watch enemies keep playing while I go back to the gaming house, you know?
Yeah, go back.
We are like,
yep.
oh man, today was hard, but you won, you know? And like
Yep.
watching them just sweating and shaking and choking, you know? That's so fun. It's like winners momentum, you know?
Yep, that's the dream.
The mental healing is just real. We always did that, but yeah, who is gonna take that momentum?
And then you get to watch one of these other teams have to play it out as well from the comfort. So
I mean, if you win today,
this is exactly that experience that you illustrated.
Yeah.
For whoever wins right here. Both these teams certainly going to be giving it their all, as Doran actually finding himself in a pretty good position here up against Rascal.
Okay.
Chovy gets Unleashed Powered, has to flash. That's not what you really want out of the Zoe God of the mid lane himself in Chovy, as Ruler also gets a lot of Ren damage. On to Deft and Carrier. Gen.G, almost, they're feeling like a dormant volcano right now. I'm expecting the fireworks soon.
Fireworks, yeah?
Yep. I'm ready.
I think
Split relatively
DRX
close
is
to
not,
6.
because they have Aphelios and GP. They don't need to fight, and they learned from last game that, man, all the game Drakes, it's irrelevant. It's all about Dragon Soul and late game team fight, so let's do not hurry in this game, you know? We are better. We are better than them.
That pierce damage is just insane.
Yeah.
Out of Ruler. Bit of that QMax style, as is the way for the Callistas. Does tend to catch you by surprise if you see a big one. Certainly wasn't the way in the past, with Rend being the max a while ago.
Yeah, the pressure is real though.
Oh yeah.
You shouldn't think about it, but like, imagine as DRX player, you know, if you lose today, I mean, if you lose this game,
yeah, how do you come back and like
yeah, you
mentally
have to play
reset
one
to win
more.
the next one? Yeah.
3 games in a row, and that the team that you just got destroyed. I mean, not like destroyed, but in the end, yes, you got destroyed.
Yeah, really.
Your
and
Nexus
also in
got
the draft,
destroyed.
like, felt like it was just better decision making out of Gen.G. Completely agree with you. We have a look at this trade once again.
Mid 1v1. That was simple WE combo by BDD, and he forced out Chovy's flash. So I really think BDD is gonna keep up the mid prior because of the Nocta ulti too. So for sure, he is the player. He is the one of the best player can use mid priority to give other lanes prior and pressure. So I think this header should be Gen.G side. Like, imagine they have Syndra and Nocturne and Ornn in the top side in the early game, and Zoe has no flash. Then I don't ever think about the 3v3 when DRX side has GP, Sejuani, and flashless Zoe on the mid lane.
They do have a Cannon Barrage and the Glacier Prison, so like the Sejuani ult, the Gangplank ult that can really sort of layer and ruin potential skirmish in that area, but I agree with you. I think Gen.G do have enough tools to guarantee that that Herald should go to them. But Vision is there for DRX right now.
I don't think they are taking care about that much of objective right now. They want to relieve their bot lane, so that's why their jungler is just passing towards bot side. And even though you're not ganking, as Nocturne, if you just path towards bot side or one side, then you already give the power, give the lane prior power. You don't need to be there. You just need to like be around it, and that's all, because you're Nocturne, you know. Maybe not in the like early games, because the Nocturne level 1 ultimate is not that.
Oh, stolen!
Oh, juicy!
That's perfect. That's what you want. Carrier with those young man mechanics. Able to lock down the hook on Rift Scuttler.
Yeah,
the hardest thing in the game to hit a skill shot.
Yeah,
by the way.
if life was like 3 years younger.
Yeah, see? Lumau said it first and he said it best. So that's how that goes.
So yeah, as we expected, Gen.G side is easily getting headered, and DRX has vision on it though. But
however, the Gangplank now has a lot to deal with. As the on-horn comes down, Glacial Prison was good. Cannon Barrage is there very defensively. Might have actually been an option against Clid, but Chovy not going to be able to find the Nocturne there. Hits that control ward, gets back to mid lane. They do save Doran, and the gold lead is only, I mean, it's dissipated, basically. It's, DRX with about 100 in the lead, as of course the bot lane did go for a reset. Gave them a bit of an opportunity. Def now BF sword and his pickaxe. So going for the IE double zeal build on the affiliate this time.
yeah, and I think there is only Mountain Drake or Ocean Drake soul potential, right? So
yep,
it can be similar as last game. Yeah, Gen.G is kind of snowballing from the forcing mid flash by 1v1, but if they do not able to get Dragon Soul, it doesn't matter that you got 3 Drakes or something, because eventually DRX's team comp is gonna outscale the Gen.G side. Maybe, I mean, BDD and Rascal is for sure they can go for the late game and still be fine, but we saw it from the last game how broken is Aphelios in the late game, you know?
Oh, exactly, and Def is pretty good at late game.
Yeah.
80 carrying.
And
But
they
I
have Thresh too.
Yeah, I think the DRX do need to try and put some priority on getting themselves an earlier Drake than the 3rd or something like that. I think it will be important that they avoid falling into a trap of a potential very early Dragon Soul against this Gen.G squad.
And also I think this time will be a lot easier for Gen.G side because they have 2 strong engage tools. So I don't think it's gonna be hard to force a fight after like 3 Drakes or something, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, so far, no issues for either side. 0-0, just a Drake being picked up here by Gen.G. We talk about DRX as having the scaling advantage, and look, you look down the line and you're like, yes, they do have a lot of late game, but I mean, there's an Ornn, a Nocturne against a Zoe, which is a great sort of late game insurance policy to have. Like, Chovy will have to invest a fair bit in order to get away from a paranoia coming out from Clid.
Yeah.
Not to mention some other tools that Gen.G will be able to utilize. Ruler no slouch, the disengage from Agragas is always important. And BDD should, at most stages of the game, be able to just straight up kill death.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch the...
Or maybe Chovy.
Flash again.
Yeah, another just Darksphere having to be flashed out of.
And there's another one, by the way. If you watch the Gen.G games today, then you might remember how they played Kalista, and this is the fight for sure.
Yeah, they're looking to try and lock this one down. Glacial Prison comes in and, actually misses the pierce over the wall as Ruler gets trouble bubbled as well. Clid was thinking about coming back in, but it's just a Duskbringer attempt. And as we were talking about, DRX this time going to be able to lock that Cloud Drake down, and Ocean Soul is going to be the Drake this game.
That was really great play by Chovy. I mean, he kind of pushed out, but with the spellbook.
Yeah, just teleports back, right?
Yeah, there's teleport back. So they just got the Drake easily. And this will actually give DRX a lot of time for the scale. I mean, it feels so much better than like them having 2 Drakes in a row, you know?
Oh, absolutely. It gives them, you know, at least another 5 minutes, but certainly a lot more time of breathing room in pivotal moments of the game.
Yep.
And so you might look at it as like, well, they only have to wait another 5 minutes for things to happen, but within those 5 minutes, the game can drastically change as well with how the landscape works. So certainly, I'm with you as far as DRX's chances and the way that we can keep this game as close as possible for as long as possible. I think everyone including us, is hoping that this game lasts for at least 95 minutes. Because we want to go for some records. We want MSC to be something that everyone remembers.
Yeah.
Not just for the excellent League of Legends, but for breaking records. You know?
I mean, it's already 15 minutes, but it's 0 kills.
See? And
it's LCK magic. Welcome to LCK.
well,
Global.
welcome to Chovy's Zoe, who was able to find that one. Sneaking through onto life.
I mean, I'm fine with it. Because there was like kind of no point to fight, but maybe there was like few chance when BDD got the flashes in the mid lane. Maybe they could try to just roam on the mid and try to form and dive or something, but nothing happened, so Chovy just farming. But still, BDD got power, by the way, 1v1.
Yeah.
So the map is already open, which means
I think
it's
that
really
teleport.
easy for Nocturne.
I think you're right. 16 minutes, one could say, and in fact, Rascal's able to pressure this turret as well.
Yeah,
like it's just the amount of inherent pressure that you have with Nocturne existing.
I mean, this is just the power of Nocturne, you know.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe Nocturne is just jungling and just spacing, you know. But the enemy team, you have no idea where is Nocturne unless you have like full pressure into enemy jungle. But right now, BDD's mid prior is making it so easy. So DRX is like, oh man, Nocturne is missing, careful top lane, careful bot lane, careful mid lane.
Careful everywhere.
Yeah, so that's what's happening right now. So that's why DRX, I mean Gen.G just getting all the objectives without any fights.
You can see DRX are actually looking for some fights themselves, but Pyoshik spotted on a ward, might have to slink away. Chovy does have a decent farm lead over BDD right now, and does have Exhaust Ignite, and is holding onto a barrier. As far as battle stats is concerned, he's doing some work as Pyoshik comes on in to try and block some damage, but despite all of those different offensive options, Chovy's just going to get murdered by BDD and Paranoia.
This is what we wanted, this is what we said.
Yeah. My goodness, that was
you cannot step up without flashing it. That was great, and Gen.G is having 3 lanes of prior, so it should be really easy for them to control the vision, and which means they are scared as.
I just love how decisive it was.
He just flashes in and even uses the cleans for the Nimbus Clock, it seems like. But I don't know, like he's just using it for the meme, I don't know.
I actually really love the Unleashed power though, because there's no way that Chovy can exhaust it if he's on his way back through his portal.
Yeah.
So he gets out of range and the spheres will always connect unless you go untargetable. Not if you get out of range, and Chovy, no option to extinguish a whole bunch of that damage. So I really liked that idea out of BDD. Meant that exhaust was used suboptimally.
Yeah, and Ruler got the QSS for the second item.
Oh wow.
I mean, I would definitely do that after that Kalista game that they had, you know.
Oh yes, yeah,
like it's nightmare for the Kalista, I mean for Ruler.
I was more just saying, wow, that he's made it to Blade of the Room thing and QSS already. But it looks like DRX should be able to lock down this Ocean Drake themselves. Not something that Gen.G feel comfortable with contesting, nor did they have control of the area. So DRX get their second Drake, and in 5 minutes time looking for their third. But this is bad news for Gen.G if we're assuming that DRX do have the scaling advantage, but it's not super cut and dry with ornaments already coming in.
Yeah. Maybe they have different idea. They think it's really, really fine when you have Syndra and Ornn. Even though they have Aphelios, they cannot really like scale that hard. You know? I mean, yes, they do have Ornn and Syndra. And let's say when it comes to like late game teamfight count, that Ornn ults, and on the top, Nocturne ults, and there is a Syndra. So I don't think Aphelios can just freely just go on front and 1 minute the game. But still, and we are just saying it again, like we saw Aphelios last game, you know, Loken, when he played it, he looked like unkillable. Yes, there was time change, but this time around you have Korea's Thresh. So I
Yeah,
don't think
Lanterns are just as good, right?
yeah. So I don't think
not
there
just
is any
as good,
differences.
but they're pretty good.
And he still, I mean, he even have exhaust for his AD carry, even though he's playing Thresh.
Yeah, true. I think that I find really a little bit of a worry with it is the fact that, unlike last game, Gen.G have guaranteed dive onto definitely death, right?
Yep.
Because they have Nocturne, and he's always able to jump on top of a champion. So, if Kerry is out of position, if Deft's out of position, then it's likely that Gen.G can just pull the trigger and take him down. And that is just a lot of pressure to be on DragonX, especially when things are getting late. And believe me, guys, the players are going to be feeling it as well.
Yeah.
This is a long day for all of them.
I would definitely just flash out when I hear Nocturne ultimate sound, and then on the top of that, Ornn is ulting on you, you know?
Yeah,
just definitely flashing out. So they can literally just force them out without using any like flashes or someone else. Ultimate is faster than someone's definitely, so they can just play with them and not having to fight for like another 20 minutes or something. That's kind of Gen.G style, but at the same time, that's what they did in LCK, and it worked out in the regular spring split. So they were in the first place.
Yeah, and we won't talk about the final because that's not relevant at this point.
I mean, I'm just talking about the regular.
Yeah, regular season.
Regular season.
That's what we're talking about. That's
this is also kind of regular season, you know. It's not like semis or something.
No, true. You're exactly right. I don't think we need to...
The king of the regular season.
Used to be Griffin, but they've been relegated. Needed to be someone.
Okay.
And Gen.G are the ones to hold up that mantle. They weren't able to take down DRX last time. So DRX theoretically 1-0 in this particular matchup. Gen.G trying to guarantee first seed in the semifinals tomorrow. And then whoever loses will be facing off against JDG. We'll have an opportunity to be the third LPL team in the MSC semifinals. As Trouble Bubble lands onto the Nocturne, but Life just going to body block. And DRX, they're just giving up so much ground. I find this to be the worrying factor. And it's the fact that they can't really get past the river this game.
And Ornn is having silent pressure all the time, it seems like. And he almost got the bot lane second start too.
Yeah, I mean, getting double Rift Herald on the side of Gen.G certainly helped in that regard. Pioshik does have his Warmogs completed. Like, the Piggy is by no means behind, as Carrier almost picked that, actually, as Ruler in exactly the right position.
So he can just overstack.
Oh, that's true, that's true. And he's got double cleanse, basically.
Yeah, double cleanse, basically. So I don't think it's gonna be that critical. But yeah, what do you do about the Ocean Drake? I mean, they traded so many Drakes, so it's not gonna be like, yeah, we fight now. 20 minutes.
Well, I mean, Rascal, if he's caught out of position like this, then they might need to actually just give it up, as, yep, that is going to be a very dead on for another 50 seconds. And there's now 23 left on this Ocean Drake. This could be Ocean Soul Point given over to DRX for a second time today, just by a slight misstep of their top laner. Not entirely sure how he managed to get caught out of position there. Regardless, could certainly be a bad time as Deft moves on over with Carrier, takes that Lantern, Scatter the Weak. Doran immediately cleansing out of it. Another bubble lands, this time onto Ruler. So he's got a billion cleanses, he will be absolutely fine. But DRX now just going to utilize the Cannon Barrage, Trouble Bubble there for good measure. And they lock down the Ocean Drake and move themselves into mid lane for position. I loved that. Using it for zoning, not using it to try and win any team fights. Yep. And DragonX buy themselves another 5 minutes towards this Ocean Soul. Oh my goodness, they've got a lot of vision around here. Is the flash hook not going to land? I don't know why Gen.G had started off the Baron, but another Trouble Bubble is going to connect. I feel like Chovy, in this game especially, has had his eyes really eye in on his targets. As this was just Rascal here with no actual right to be, right?
Yep. I mean, I think he was like, nah, I'm just way too tanky, you know? He was, you know, he was pushing silent all the time for 20 minutes. So I don't think he was like able. I mean, in his mind.
Yeah, true.
I'm not able to die.
Yep. I haven't died so far. How am I supposed to die now? So far, so good.
I'm supposed to die here.
Yeah.
Especially when I have silent pressure with Orn.
Silent pressure. He's not very silent. I've noticed him mostly going gunk, 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 making big noises, crashing steel and stuff like that. Did you watch the volley bear reveal?
Yeah.
Did you see the Orn in the clouds? That wasn't silent, dude. That was scary and loud.
Okay.
Interesting. That's my Orn is loud reference. What do you think? I think I proved it. Okay, DRX thinking about getting in position on this Baron yet again, but they spot ruler out, move out of the pit. Chovy and B2D facing off top side.
Gen.G spot.
Yeah.
That's actually Gen.G spot, by the way.
What's that?
Do you remember the brush on the red side?
Oh, yeah.
I remember Cleat getting caught like 3 times in a row in
I
the
remember,
same spot in finals.
I actually remember some really sick team fights, actually. Gen.G versus Griffin. It was 2018, I think.
Yes.
Oh, it's actually just some of the sickest League of Legends that we've seen team
fight
fight-wise in that area.
Yeah, I think it was Core JJ's Alista.
I think so, yeah.
5-man knock-up.
And it was also the 5-man Gnar at the same time, but then also like a 5-man Shockwave from the other team. It was just super sick. It was like a great moment.
Yeah, it turned out that Gen.G is really weak in that spot.
Yeah.
Because
after like having a good time, they had a bad time.
Yeah, the Cleat was getting caught a lot in that spot, and now that was Roscoe.
Well, at least Clid doesn't need to get caught in that spot this game because he already has, right?
True.
So
and he's not.
We can look at it that way. Yep. Well, 2 minutes until the Ocean Drake. That is the next target that DRX is going for.
Yep.
We are
Only
very
2 more minutes.
Yep.
Only 2 more minutes of Resident Sleep at moment.
I mean, is it only going to be 2 more minutes though, we did? Because there's only been
there's
2
another
kills this game.
Yeah, there's another Dragon Dance. Maybe DRX gives up and waiting for 5 items. Wow, because they have so much time.
We also have, like I was talking about, we're going for what, a 95-minute game? So we've still got over 30 minutes of this one before we get to that Guinness World Record.
Guinness World Record.
Of
I don't want
longest
that,
game
bro. I
in
don't
competitive
want
League of Legends of all time.
So Gen.G is spinning up. Yes. Oh no.
Like they were ever gonna stay on that Baron. We did stop baiting the fans, man.
No, I just want to wake them up. You know, I'm 100% sure. I'm 200% sure that
so many
they're
people
spamming Resident Sleepers. There's no joke. I'm just gonna check it right now. Like,
I think there's going to be a lot of people that have actually like just woken up actually, so they're currently having their morning coffee.
That is true.
And they're not likely to fall back asleep.
And here we go. There's only that emote on the chat.
That's true. I mean, there's some WoW dids there with some Keck W's alongside and things like that.
I mean, you know, like humans' brain is so simple, and they are like really easy to get bait. You know, so normally you know what it means, right? So maybe if you type like PPD, maybe it seems like more like funny and entertaining.
And so that you're just using
instead
it
of
more
like
as
Resident Sleeper.
Yeah. So maybe we need the Pepper D's in there.
Yeah.
And then that might coax the team
and then
into
like,
doing
oh
something.
yeah, this is actually funny moments like vision control, like 200 IQ moments like vision control. Wow. But here we go.
I don't know whether it's enabled in the LCK chat, by the way. That might be the really disappointing side, as Gen.G do get into position around this Ocean Drake. And DRX is going to have to pull the trigger if they're going to steal this one out of the way, and they're just not going to be able to. So the Rend is going to lock that one down live. Off towards the side, gets the 2-man body slam, and the Zoe is taken away immediately. Life has to go golden, exhaust down onto clear. Glacial Prison does come in. Doran trying to keep himself alive, but there's the second Rend. And B2D locks down the kill onto the Aphelios. He's very low, but he still feels comfortable chasing after this one. Doran gets healed back up again, but it's not going to be enough, and I have a feeling this is just the end of the game. Ruler grabs another double. 6-1 is going to be the kill score, and I have a feeling at 30 minutes into this game, one team fight, and it's done.
Then it's done. And also, I'm actually worrying about DRX right now.
Oh yeah,
They're playing 3 games in a row, and I really think their energy and their condition must be like not great, not 100%. That's for sure.
I mean, how many second chance saloons are you supposed to have though?
Yeah, and
in
also
in this tournament.
Again, they got 3 drakes. 3 drakes almost got the ocean drake soul, but again, they couldn't. And they even changed their strategy. Oh yeah, with our all-in incomes, yeah. I guess we are bad, so we cannot end all-in. So
let's go for something
the
else.
late game. But they cannot even go for the late game.
Do you know what they didn't do, Woodid? They didn't pick Ezreal Zoe.
That's right.
So, look, sometimes these things happen. However, Gen.G, from the ashes of defeat, they have risen as a phoenix to be our first confirmed team into the semi-finals to go up against Top Esports and FPX, who were the sole survivors from our first group.
Our